Happy Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. My Italian colleagues are, well, winding down dinner, maybe having a little dolce, a little espresso before they go to sleep. If you are watching on the live stream, just take a moment and put in the comments a little hello, little thumbs up. Come on, give me a little feedback. It's always lonely doing live streams in the studio without a live audience. Hey, I just wanted to share with you some updates and some observations. I've written about this before. I've been talking about the lack of APIs, application program interfaces, that allow data transfer between vendors. Hey, Chris Bruder's joining. Thanks, Chris. Glenn Pash, come on, brother Glenn. Hey, thanks for joining the live stream. You know, as dealers start to take ownership of their first party data, they're going to ask very basic questions of their vendor partners. You know, have you integrated with my DMS? Have you integrated with my CRM? Have you integrated in with my call tracking? Doug MacGyver, come on, Doug. Jordan, yo, come on, bring it in. How many of you guys are coming to MRC next month in Palm Beach? Come on, give me a little update. Chris, Jordan, Doug, who's coming? Who's coming to MRC? I ask only because the hotel's getting close to sold out. No surprise, it does every year. But let me get back to the conversation. When dealers get serious about their first party data, they're going to ask their vendors, have you done integration with, the people I do business with, my direct mail company, my service marketing company, Bill Parliament. Come on, Bill. Happy Saturday. And what you're going to find is no, or we've tried, or we've been blocked. And, I just want to lay it out there that outside automotive APIs are not even something innovative. They're table stakes to do business in marketing and technology and CRMs. And one of the reasons why Techion is getting so much attention from the dealer community is that accessing the data inside of the Techion DMS is rather straightforward. I'm working on a CDP project, and the only reliable way for us to get data out of the DMS is a nightly dump of a reporting file, which then is FTP'd and then uncompressed and then loaded. And it's taken weeks to get this data export set, the security protocols in place. Whereas with an open API, with a well-structured API, one that could handle data volumes needed for a daily or nightly process, I mean, that could have been a week instead of 6 weeks. And this is really complicated because, and this is like the little dirty secret, and some of you have written about this, even the vendors who say they have APIs often limit the data that you can get. Oh, you want that field? Oh, no, we didn't put that in the API. Oh, you want that functionality? No, that's not available in the API. In fact, there was even some rumors going around that one of the major CRM companies is changing data access and will soon be offering an API now at a fee. And what's really crazy is these fees are justified as it costs a lot to secure the data, and hey, any reasonable fee is fine. But if you think of a large dealer group, let's just say a dealer group that has 50 stores. If they have an equity mining company, they're going to pass through $400 a month per store Anybody want to do that math? Oh, hold on, Brian. That's $250,000 a year just to get one vendor to access your DMS data. Well, dealer groups are realizing that when they centralize all their data in a CDP, these crazy monthly fees go away because the vendors can then access directly the CDP, which will have the most accurate data, the most fresh data, maybe the most enhanced data. But getting that CDP set up is still a relative challenge. Um, why? Because people are using data silos as a weapon to protect their market share. CRM companies are at fault, DMS companies are at fault, and I can continue down the line, but there has to be a breakthrough in this area. Larger dealer groups are realizing that for the first time, they do have a solution, an alternative. I'm working with one project where the DMS access fees that they're paying as pass through through their vendors is over $1 million a year. Hey, for $1 million a year, you can build the best CDP in the world with the best technology and have the most accurate data and have control and cadence over marketing communication across your vendors. Again, I'm going to say it. One of the reasons why dealers and the vendor community have said working with Techion is a breeze is because their tech stack is built on a modern data structure with data access protocols and standards that put DMS companies and CRM companies to shame. Now, I'm not saying that dealers are raving about Techion CRM. No. Or their digital retailing. No. They are raving about the DMS, and some of the members of the vendor community have said, hey, working with Techion to get access has been a breeze. No one has said that about the traditional DMS companies. No one has said that working for, integration with CDK, Reynolds, Cox, DealerTrack. I can keep on going. And then within the CRM community, the kind of blocking and tackling that's going on is really making it difficult for dealers who want to manage their first party data easily. It's putting a lot of roadblocks. It can take months of configurations and setup. Now, there's some other alternatives. That Dealer Vault, Steve Cottrell won a major lawsuit against the DMS companies, and he provides a kind of a data warehouse on demand for dealers and dealer groups. They've been doing this maybe for custom reporting. There are some people who've tried to navigate and reduce DMS access fees or data management, but the true future looks more like this. Dealer groups of scale will own their own customer data platform, and they will look for vendors that provide open API access to allow the call tracking companies, the chat companies, any vendor that they want to use access to support or update customer records. It is the future. So the good news is that as more dealer groups move into this CDP world, they are forcing many of the vendors to provide more modern data access. For example, many years ago, CDK announced Fortellis. It was a great idea, but still today, Fortellis does not provide, from what I'm told by the vendor community, all the data access that some vendors need. And it's been slow over the last 5, 6 years, maybe it's even more, 7 years. It's been a slow rollout. The idea of kind of an open data pipe to access CDK data. I know CDK is working on some new frameworks to allow sharing of e-leads data along with their DMS data. But I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's fast enough. I think that when dealers have a choice, especially the larger dealer groups, and it's going to be becoming evident because dealers didn't have a choice before. They had their DMS and their CRM, and they had no data management tools. But when they start to see the multi-million dollar benefits, larger dealer groups, the multi-million dollar benefits of creating, maintaining, and activating their data in a CDP, all of this nonsense will go away by voting with checkbooks. When a vendor says, "Oh, you want me to send your CRM data to your CDP? Oh yeah, you're going to have to pay me $100 per month per store to use our API." I think what's going to happen is there's going to be some hard conversations within the dealer vendor community and just saying, "Hey, who really owns the data? Who really owns the data?" And, Jordan, you're right. The automotive community has been moving slowly. It's been frustrating. But here's the good news. For a few of the dealer groups I'm working with, getting data out of Reynolds and CDK, um, that is not a problem. That problem has been solved. It's just not an efficient, modern communication technique. Nightly dumps and SFTP probably isn't the ideal scenario, but okay, for static data at night, not a big deal. But the good news is some of the other companies that I'm working to integrate with, call tracking companies, texting companies, um, they are seeing the benefits of connecting into CDPs. In fact, there's a number of integration projects, and I've been coaching some of the companies and giving them my future vision that dealers need every call outcome in their CDP. Any communication that they're doing through texting and should be centralized. There shouldn't be 3 different texting platforms being used into the dealership, one for CRM, one for service, and one, I don't know, for lot prospecting or VIN texting. There needs to be one texting platform, one call tracking platform. There needs to be clear integration so that each day in real time customer records can be updated and moved through different audiences. The good news is over the next year I'll be documenting many of these success stories. And it's going to be exciting because when call tracking companies and CRM companies and messaging companies start to become listed connectors in CDP platforms like Salesforce or Telium or Treasure Data or Client Command or Outsell or Full Throttle, when those connections are pre-built and ready to go, I think the acceleration of first party data management will happen. The good news is that in November at the Modern Retailing Conference, the who's who of first party data management, first party data enhancing, also some of the leading dealer groups who are actively involved in a first party data management project using a CDP or variants will all be at the Modern Retailing Conference in Palm Beach, November 12th, 13th, and 14th. Yeah, 12th, 13th, and 14th. I had a little mind blank. If you have not registered for the Modern Retailing Conference, go to modernretailingconference.com. Here's the reason why. We have a unique opportunity with the new ASC specification for GA4 that every website, every digital retailing tool, every chat program, every call tracking program is sending the same events into GA4, which means all of those unified actions can also be sent into a central data warehouse or a CDP with the same naming conventions. And with companies raising their hands and integrating into some of the most powerful CDPs and CDXPs and CDEPs on the planet, well, it's going to be a lot easier to show value of investing in these customer data platforms. It's just amazing how slow it is. Some companies say, Brian, we don't have the resources to build APIs. And I'm I understand strained resources, but who would have thought in 2023 that DMS platforms, digital retailing platforms, CRM platforms, voice tracking would have no API access to control, trigger, or get data for reporting? Hey, but this is the world we're living in. Yet outside of automotive, and I'm not saying HubSpot or Salesforce CRM is made for automotive. I'm just saying outside of automotive, having a CRM without a robust API, having a marketing automation platform without a robust API, having a chat platform without a robust API or messaging, okay, it's table stakes. It wouldn't even make it out in the marketplace. So things are happening slowly, but the good news is I will be documenting in 2024 the companies that are raising their hands, doing the integration, providing the transparency and the data efficiencies that dealer groups need to manage their first party data, activate their first party data, and even automating data hygiene. So I want to thank everyone who joined in the live stream. I just want to share with you that there hasn't been a lot of progress in 2023 on any strong commitments for API development amongst the automotive vendor community. But I think 2024 is going to be the tipping point where dealer groups will be using their checkbook to vote people off the island. Hey, do you have an API that can integrate with my CDP and give me the real time data I need? Oh, you don't? Okay, I'm moving to another platform provider. Hey, it's going to get that clear. Just watch, because I already see it happening. I already see it happening with vendors who don't want to support the ASC specification, and those vendors are being fired because dealer groups want to standardize on one set of standards for GA4. It's going to happen more and more. So if you have an opinion about the state of API development, automotive retail, please share your comments, whether you're watching the live stream on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter. And again, I just want to remind you, check out the agenda for the Modern Retailing Conference. One of the themes is elevating the customer experience. The other one is first party data management and deep personalization. Obviously, uh, online measurement through GA4. These are some really important themes that we're talking through this year at the Modern Retailing Conference. So don't miss it. Hey, have a great weekend. I was just in the studio actually recording some training modules for my new GA4 course, and I wanted to just share with you. It's been a week of fighting with data integrations. We made some progress, but we have really a long way to go. And for the incumbents who are slow in API development, or know that their API isn't robust, or know that their API has a limited, not the full data set that dealers need, hey, the warning shot has been fired. Delaying much further or slowing your rollout of full support of data access bidirectional could eventually be the death of your sales growth. And then you'll be fighting a catch up battle. No one likes to play catch up. And once someone switches away from you, the likelihood that you're ever going to get them back is relatively small. So thanks for chiming in. Look forward to your comments. If you have any questions, comments, or need help with your first party data management strategy, if you're a dealer group, just email me, brian@brianpash.com. Have a great weekend, everyone. And hey, there's still time to get out to synagogue or get out to church. Weekends here. Do something intentionally awesome for those around you and for yourself. Have a great day.